Go. All right, good afternoon. Wow, it is Saturday afternoon. It is 4:30 p.m. Central Time, and I've just been having a crazy thought for the last few weeks as I've been watching a lot of my friends, I'll call y'all friends because I believe we are, doing a lot of the bricks and going live on a regular basis, and I looked at the variance of individuals that are doing them and how long some of them have been doing them. So I just put out an invite to some special people, and lo and behold, everybody said yes. That is so awesome. And I just want to kind of do a check-in as to how are the bricks working for you? What made you invest or see value in the bricks? And kind of how are you using them? Because I truly have this mindset and philosophy that there is no wrong way with these bricks. So I don't necessarily give instructions on how to use them. I know when y'all get the bricks, there's a little bit of how I use them. But I love to see how people play them and do them, display them, or whatever. Darlena, when we get to you, you have a really cool little rope display thing that I think is so cool. So it's just been a lot of fun to see the growth in me as well as all of you. So I'm going to go ahead and move around our screen here and allow everybody to go ahead and introduce yourself. And we'll go with your name. What do you do? What's your business? And then kind of how do you use the bricks? We'll just do the introductions first, and then I'll start the interview process. So I'm going to start with Miss Christine, who's at the top of my screen right now. And if you would go ahead and introduce yourself. How are you, my dear?
I knew I was going to get first. My name is Christine Andrade McSheehy. I am from Boston, Massachusetts. Whoop, whoop.
Couldn't tell.
I own a hair salon, so I'm a salon owner. I also do hair and makeup. And yeah.
And what's the name of your salon?
Hair by Christine and Co.
And Co. You got a pretty good Co starting to come along, huh?
For sure.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Christine. I'm going to go to Miss Terry next if you want to unmute and introduce yourself and your business, etc.
Hey everybody, my name is Terry McDonald. I am the co-owner of Too Chic Salon and Boutique in Auburn, Alabama, and I am a hair color specialist.
Boom! Fantastic. Thank you so much, Miss Terry. And Miss Maureen, if you would unmute yourself.
Hi there, I'm Maureen Bangle, just outside of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I am a hairstylist at a salon, Craig Burns Salon Spa in Delafield, Wisconsin, and also an Aveda professional for color. So I go around and teach everybody Aveda color.
So you're not an instructor at a school, you are a trainer of the brand, correct?
Correct.
Fantastic. I'm glad I got that clarity. I was wondering that. Thank you. And Maureen, we're new to an association. I'm excited that you're here to review with us. Thank you so much for participating. And Miss Michelle, you are up next, my dear. You got the unmute? There you are.
So I'm Michelle Sterling. I'm over in Washington State. Very quickly, I think I've been brick breaking for a year.
I think so.
I found them from watching a mentor of mine. I also come from the hair industry. I no longer work in the industry either, so I was in there for 20 years and then moved into direct, just network marketing. So for me, I'm home all day long now, so I love my bricks.
Awesome. Thank you, Michelle. And Miss Carolyn, if you unmute yourself.
Hi, my name is Carolyn. I am also a Boston girl like Christine, and I am a transformation coach, and I run women's empowerment groups. And I fell upon the bricks by actually watching Christine in this group. And I was so impressed with the power sentences, it kind of drew me in, and that's how I got started.
Wow. And what's the name of your company? I know you're relatively new to launching your...
I'm going to tell you it's kind of in a, it's in transition. It started out as Magical Moments.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's, I haven't quite figured out where it's going to land. It's changing though.
Because I saw that Facebook update today on, yep. And what was that one called? What was that called? Magical Moments?
Magical Moments.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I don't hate that name. We'll talk some more though.
All right. Okay. I'd like to hear it.
Awesome. Okay. I see Grace is on, but I don't see your picture. Are you just on your phone? Maybe she's not fully on yet. Okay, let's go to you, Darlena. Unmute yourself if you would.
Okay, I think I did it correctly.
Yeah, you're rocking. Hey, I just got to acknowledge you, girl, because like 48 hours ago, you were like so scared to even do this.
I know. I was like, I'm going to miss it. I don't even know what I'm doing.
You're on. You did it. Hey!
Hey, for me.
So go ahead and intro yourself, please.
Okay. Hi, I'm Darlena Craig, and I actually live in Corpus Christi, Texas. Hence the tank top. Texas is wicked hot right now. So I'm a previous special education teacher, made a big career change, and I now work at the Naval Air Station here in Corpus at a flight squadron, Navy pilots.
Cool.
And I stumbled upon the bricks because of that career change. I needed a lot of positivity and reinforcement about making such a big jump.
Wow, that's awesome. And how do we know each other, Miss Darlena?
Oscar used to be my hairstylist when I was stationed in California with my husband. So I'm not one. I just was lucky enough to fall on, with Oscar. So
Oh, wow. Sweet. That was so funny when Darlena actually messaged me, and I'll come clean. I'm like, you were my client? And it was like,
it was a long time ago.
I know, and then the pieces started to come back together. But what's been so awesome is I love our new relationship now.
Me too.
I've watched you go from that. So what's interesting about Darlena, so I'm going to come to you in a second, Grace. Can you hear me, Grace? Okay, I can see you on 2 screens, but I'm still not hearing you yet. Okay. Darlena, like everybody, does her bricks daily. And she just doesn't do it live, but she records herself and then uploads that post. And she's up before freaking anybody in the world anyway. So I don't think anybody would be there to watch her live at 4 o'clock in the morning.
I don't think so.
Anyway. Thank you so much, Darlena, and we'll move forward with that in just a moment. Grace, are you there?
I can hear you. I'm on my phone, and
Okay.
I don't have video, but yes, I'm here.
I have you on 3 screens right now. This is hilarious. One of them, I actually see you frozen, so it looks like your computer froze, but I can hear you. What's great is that we can hear you clearly. And so what we're doing right now is everybody's just introducing themselves. What's your name? What's your company name? What do you do? And like, how long have you been doing the bricks? And don't go too far down that road because I'll be diving down there in a moment.
Okay.
So you can introduce yourself.
Oh, hello, everybody. I'm Grace Moschetto. I own Grace Marie Beauty. And what else did I have to say? How long I was flipping bricks for?
Yes.
Okay, well, I flipped bricks for 90 plus days and took Oscar's challenge, starting, I think, mid to end February through mid-April.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being a part of this, Grace. I hope your computer comes back on so we can actually interact with that pretty face. So thank you, everybody, for being here. And you can go ahead and mute yourself right now too, Grace, until I call on you, please, so we don't get too much
Okay.
back.
No problem.
So thank you guys for giving up a little bit of your Saturday. What I would like to do is just kind of hop around and just ask, like Christine, we'll start with you again. How long have you been using the bricks? And what made you get them and invest in them? And how are you using them and how do they help you, et cetera, on a general day-to-day basis?
All right, so I've been doing them, I think I'm almost at 90 days now. I feel like they help because they change your mindset and they put you in the positive first thing in the morning. I do them in the morning. I feel best unless something happens, which, comes up, then I'll do them later on. I do have a set at the salon too. So if, that stuff's hitting the fan, we will flip some bricks. I want to use them with clients because I feel this world we live in is so negative that I think it would be helpful when you have that person that's sucking the life out of you to have them flip some bricks to change their mindset, hopefully.
Can I pause you for a quick second? You said you want to, so therefore you're not yet. Is that what I understand?
No, I need to get everybody on board with it because I don't want to be the only one that's doing it.
Roger that. Okay.
I think that they help, especially if you do the journaling part. I think the bricks are one thing by themselves, but doing the coaching workbook, you have to do that for it to really settle in and, really work out, get into the nitty gritty of what's holding you back. I can say I'm not 100% at that.
Okay.
But when I am, things happen faster. So
yeah.
I definitely think both.
In your journaling, because almost everybody has had the workbook. Darlene has actually just ran with her own thing, which is so cool. And I think she's pretty much hit on a global overview of what we do, not the preciseness of the book itself. However, so the workbook has you do your AM activity, which is flip your bricks, write them down, whether it's 1, 2, or 3. What comes to mind when you see those words? What actions can you take to create positive outcomes in your day? And then your hashtag power sentence. Then your PM activity, right, Christine, is you grade yourself A through F. So now we got to get honest and truthful with ourselves. And then the journaling on the 5 questions. So the journaling aspect of that, did you notice things differently about you because of the journaling, that had you had words on paper that really brought it to life? A. And then B, when you don't do it, what do you see the differences in your outcomes?
Well, when I do it, I sit down and see things that I could have probably changed during the day if I was more involved with the words. When I don't do it, I don't think of the things that I would have done differently.
Look at Michelle's head nodding. Hey, Grace, we see you. Awesome. Overcoming challenges. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Christine.
So I feel like when I journal, I can actually think of my day and rearrange things that I would do differently next time versus not doing it.
Fantastic. And you've been doing that, you said, about 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of your employees does them pretty regularly as well, Ashley.
Yep, she's doing
Cool.
them.
One of my friends in North Carolina, they actually have a board like mine, which is the magnetic board. And for the 90 bricks, it's 3 foot by 4 foot. And they have it up on right outside the dressing room. So the ladies go in and they open the curtain to come out, and there's the bricks. And I sat there for a couple of weeks watching people. They didn't even know what they were doing, but I watched them flip it, read it, and then there was literally never a neutral emotion after they did that. Then they'd go ask the stylist, what did I just do? And some of them got it, some of them didn't, but it was just fun to watch them have their personal interaction with the board itself. It was really cool. So whether you do it physically with them or do something along those lines, could be a cool idea as well. So thank you for that, Christine. Let's go to Miss Terry McDonald.
Okay, so I am just about to finish up 60 days of brick flipping.
Okay.
It has not all been consecutive days because I've had some issues with getting my mother-in-law into assisted living, some health issues, and that kind of thing. Oscar and I have known each other since 2007. We met at the premiere show then when he worked for another coaching company, and my business partner and I coached with that company he was with, and he and I have just been friends forever and ever, and I started seeing him flip bricks. I saw his type of bricks at the premiere show in 2013, I believe. Yeah. And I was very interested in that. You know, it looked like fun and all that kind of stuff. And I love words. So catching him live. Then I got turned on to Grace. And then I got turned on to Christine. And so I started watching every morning to see who was going to be on first and who I could make power sentences with their bricks.
You were so funny. You jumped into everybody's and you put it together in seconds, and they're all so strong, man. Oh my God. Go ahead.
And finally, Oscar said, "You're going to have to get your own bricks." You know, and what really made me get my own bricks was I heard Grace say one day she was somewhere else and she let somebody else flip the bricks. And she said those were their bricks because they flipped them, not hers. And I thought, okay, I need my own bricks. So I got my own bricks and started going live. And, you know, I love words, period. I love quotes, and just to see different perspectives and perceptions of words depending on when they come up and how I can apply them during the day. Sometimes I'm better at reflecting than I am at planning. And I like to journal, and I kind of use the workbook as a guide, but not necessarily concretely. So one thing that has been great is clients that come in and they're like, tell me about what you're doing, and I don't understand all of this, but it's really cool. And so it's been a fun thing to feel as if I'm an inspiration to some other people. So.
Well, girl, if you need any confirmation, you can just look around some of these peeps on the phone that definitely know you. You blow me away constantly. I love your power sentences and how you go. Let me ask you this. Had you had the experience of just purchasing the bricks and doing them at your own way versus the live component? What and or how has that changed you or supported you in any kind of way?
Well, it does make me more self-aware of, and it has made me more disciplined to do my devotional readings, meditations, and things like that in the mornings, because I shouldn't be surprised. And I always say there's no coincidences, but it is so funny how the words that get flipped go exactly with the meditations I've read or with something that's going on with, or something that I need to see.
Wow.
And it's funny how it all ties in together. And then what's really funny is when I watch, like, maybe Oscar and Grace and Christine, and all of us end up with one same word in that day.
Exactly. Oh my God. It's happening with Carolyn and I this week. It's happened with Grace and I. Oh my God. Yeah, that's the universe just like knocking on all our little doors.
Mm-hmm. And I often say, I want to be self-aware enough that God doesn't have to knock me over the head with a 2x4. He can just tickle me with a feather and get my attention. So.
You said that on our call on Monday, and I love that. That is so cool. Thank you, Miss Terry. And it's just been a joy to watch you evolve and grow within this. And I've watched you evolve and grow business-wise over the years. And you got my heart. You're a dear friend. Miss Maureen. Dun, dun, dun. So what's so awesome about Maureen? So first of all, let me publicly again thank Miss Christine and her team of a couple of her people that work with her all came to Orlando to be my support at the Premier Orlando Hair Show 2 weekends ago. So without them, I could have never done what I did. And I was actually fortunate enough and blessed enough to have 5 classes at the second largest hair show in the country that weekend. And last year was my first year under my brand, and I only had 2. So that was a huge difference in logistical things to manage, as well as the support I needed at the table for the size groups we had. So Christine actually went live during one of my presentations on my class called The Bricks, AKA What Are You Thinking? And during that class, Maureen must have been watching the live feed. And I remember your comment like, okay, I'm doing it right now. And because of that live, Maureen jumped on the bricks and the combo pack. And that was just a couple weeks ago. You got them. I overnighted them to you after my computer fiasco post Orlando. And you got them overnighted. And then you opened them. You went live opening, which I thought was so cool. So what's been the experience like for you the last 4 or 5 days?
So I am day 4 of flipping bricks. And I actually had been watching Christine as well for a couple weeks. And then live when you guys were in Orlando, I was like, okay. So Terry said about being hit by a 2x4 is a feather. I am a 2x4 girl, so hopefully this helps me be more self-aware like Terry said. But it's been great. To me, I'm a word lover as well, or a quote lover. So I love the bricks and I love the definition, and it really gets me focused at the beginning of the day and setting that intention. And like everybody has said, all the bricks have been perfect for where I'm at the moment. So it's been great.
When you received them and started, did you just kind of go through? Had you even looked at all the words yet? Have you?
I haven't looked at all the words yet. Nope. I've looked at most of them. I've kind of flipped through them a little bit, but no, I haven't like gone through very in depth and looked at all the words. But like you said, I have learned I'm a shuffler. Yeah. So I like to have words instead of just being a fangirl. So yeah, it's funny. It's funny how everybody uses the bricks differently, and it's been a lot of fun.
That's really funny that we're even getting technique words now. I'm a shuffler. Grace was a fanner. I love it. No, Michelle's a picker. She pulls it out of the bag. This is so classic. Again, thank you, Maureen, for being a part of it. And so what turned you on from Christine doing it that said, okay, I got to do this?
To me, it was just it was like I said, it started out with the words. It was like, whoa, what is this? What I love, like I said, I love words. And when I saw her doing them, and then she's creating these awesome power sentences, and I was like, wait a minute. At first, when I saw the quotes, I thought, wait, Christine said that. She's not posting it from somebody else. She made that up. What is this? What's going on? So I asked her and then researched a little bit, went on the website, and I just thought it was a great thing to, like I said, create your own quotes and find in the day.
My experience of you this far in the short time that I know you in conversations, I've been watching you on Facebook as we all watch each other. Creepers, we're all creepers, right? But I've noticed you seem very positive. So what were you doing pre-Brix to find your inspiration, etc.?
Actually, for those people that don't know, my father was diagnosed with oral cancer about 10 months ago. So the last 10 months have been kind of chaotic and kind of on autopilot and doing life, doing work, and just, doing your thing and not really focusing on stuff. And so I really felt like we're at a point where he's doing better and I needed to refocus, regroup, and like my power sentence said this morning, I need to fall back in love with my life again. So that's what got me hooked on the Brix.
Well, I added that little piece to your post from a power sentence of a girl from a teamwork.
Yeah.
What was it again? My self-confidence will suffocate my self-doubt.
Yep.
I love that. It's so powerful. That was a girl named Dawn from Maryland. So thank you so much for participating and investing. Miss Michelle Sterling, Seattle. Woo! You're still muted. There you go.
Yes, sir.
So,
what do you? Okay. So I started flipping Brix. I just looked back. I wrote my contract on September 8th of 2016. So we're about 9 months in.
Wow.
I found them because I'm in network marketing. I'm a thriver. I do it full time. And Liz Medley and I are friends. And one day I was watching Liz flip her Brix. And I have Liz and I we don't go really far back, but it's like we've been friends forever.
Correct.
And so I am a go big or go home girl. I can totally relate to Maureen. It is there's no mute button. I don't practice anything like that. And so for me, I just went all in. I got the book, I got the Brix, I bought everything. And for me, it has, I was writing down words as I was listening to people, softened my lifestyle. In addition to my own business changes, I was in the hair industry for 20 years. I flew 150,000 miles a year working for a manufacturer. I lived in a world of normal chaos. All you hairdressers understand that. So for me, I like the Brix because I think the Brix are number one. They're very personal, and it is absolutely true that whatever we pick for the day there is a reason behind that. And I loved how you called me a picker because I do. I totally still continue to pick them up. I actually have both. I have the original set and the purple set. Yeah. And I think for me, it is self-awareness that it has brought. I obviously go live almost every day with some sort of, not just with my Brix, but they always are included in my live. I've had absolute strangers reach out to me and just say that I've changed their day and I don't even know who they are. And so you always can manifest your self-awareness and your positivity into others, and you don't even know you're doing it. So for me, staying intentional in my day has become really powerful for not just my organization and business, but friends and family and strangers. What I think I've learned right so far is I did the book at the beginning. I totally did my little notebook. And then I kind of fell short of that and I started writing it on the wall. And then I just started going live, and now I do pictures and all this stuff. And I think for me, I'll declare right here before we even go any further that I think I'll do a 90-day challenge with all three, taking the Brix, taking the and doing my lives, because I think that I was in a different place for each one of them. And I'm really curious to see how incredibly powerful it gets when you do it all together.
Wow. Well, I acknowledge you for coming clean there. And it's so interesting that you did that.
Grace will hold me to it. I know this one. I can tell already.
Oh, I will too, girl. What I think so interesting about that, so, having been the guy that had the crazy damn dream about this whole thing, and then it went from a dream on a flip chart to little 3x5 cards to a product to a workbook. And what I've not done throughout this entirety I believe has never rushed anything, which is probably part of my procrastination side, but also part of my training from a woman named Marsha Weeder. Oprah used to call her America's dream coach. And she's this like little 4'11" Jewish woman. And she talks about too often when we have a dream, we squelch it too fast with our action plans. And the dream never fully becomes whole. So I really let it organically evolve and develop. And that's where the workbook came from. And then my team building workshop. So all of that has given me from a little dream to a product to a company. And what's been really cool about that and scary and in my face at times, Michelle, is when I get away from my workbook. And I too have not done the workbook in several months, probably since the end of the year. And so I go through phases, but what I am real, as you guys know, whether I post stuff or not, you can imagine these travel with me all over the world. So they're always right with me. And I'm always present to the words, even though I flow in and out of our days as we all do as humans. But I'm going to get back into my workbook deeper too, because I remember, especially when you get real and you give yourself, because back in the day, I didn't care so much about my grades, but now I do, especially if I'm giving it to myself. And I'd prefer an A over a B and a B over a C. So I'm going to probably be more present in that as well. So thank you, Michelle.
Good, so you can do the 90-day challenge with me then.
I'm going to have to get another couple. Well, I do have the digital file, but I got to actually get some more books printed because I went through them in Orlando. So I just shipped out one to a connection of Maureen's who just purchased the combo pack, and his went out yesterday in the mail. So I'll jump on that with you, Michelle. Thank you for the challenge. Miss Carolyn, if you want to unmute. And Michelle, you can mute yourself. Thank you.
Hi. Here I am.
You're on like day 20 what? 27?
Today's day 26 for me.
26.
Well,
okay.
it's my day 26 of going live with them.
Okay.
I did them a little bit before that, but I'm not really sure how long before that. Because like I said, I originally stumbled on them with watching Christine do hers. And I love cards of any kind. I'm an angel card reader. I love oracle cards. I use them every day in my own life, right? And then as I saw the bricks and I started to watch the bricks, I realized, wow, I was doing some work around, it was my own work that started it, the work on myself, because I was looking for a way to get more comfortable being seen. I was trying to break that pattern, that vow of not being seen. So I said, this is a great way to do that, just to show up on video and step out. It gives me the content. I don't have to try to figure out what I'm going to go out there and say and do. It gives me the content. So when I started it, my intention was to step out in a bigger way for myself and my business. And once it got going, the feedback was like incredible. I was getting really cool, like positive. People were really enjoying it. And not only were the comments like on the live Facebook feed, but I was getting private messages about things they could relate to and how it helped them. And I was like, wow, this is really cool and powerful stuff. And the other piece of it is that because I could do it with the angel cards, but it's not so much the words themselves, but the intentions of the words. It is the energy of the words for me. It helps me to really reflect inward and help me really get a deeper connection to who I am and what's getting in my way and what needs to be kind of readjusted or, that's the word I want to use.
For you, it was kind of a reset.
Yes, a reset, exactly. So it's a reset button for myself as well,
Because when you started to go live, or right when you got the bricks, you were literally in the transition of leaving a job. And as I met you, you wanted to start your business, your transformation work as your full-time work initially.
Right, exactly. And I was in a really, really crappy place at that time. I was scared. I was really scared.
You were panicked.
Yeah, I was. And the bricks gave me that support, actually. It gave me that place to go to really reflect inward and to really also kind of lift me and move me and help me to see what I need to do, what I need to adjust, and where I need to look at in myself. And where most importantly, too, because a lot of the words that came up for me were really about helping to trust myself, to really trust where I was going. And that trust actually expanded out into the audience.
Yeah.
Because their reception of it and their feedback and their support really helped me to trust my direction. So it worked on that level as well. And I also love the fact that they are like multidimensional. It doesn't matter what your belief system is, male, female, like
Correct.
they reach everybody. This, like, nobody is exempt from these words, right? Everybody can relate to the words one way or the other, right? We all struggle most with the same stuff. We're all on the same path trying to get to where we're going. And you need that support to get there, right? And take a look at mostly like what's getting in my way, right? So the bricks really bring that front and center, like you said, breaking down the walls, right? So those blocks come like right in the forefront. You can't deny them. So what I do and I use them with my individual clients as well, Oscar.
Yeah.
And so what I have my individual clients do is I have them draw 3 cards, and if it's a phone session, I'll draw the cards for them. And I am a shuffler and a spreader. I shuffle them first, and then I spread, right?
I love
Sometimes I dig. Sometimes it's a 3-parter, and I dig, right? So I have them pull the 3 words. And what I give them for homework in between sessions is to take each word individually first, right? And journal what the word speaks to them.
I love it.
How may be getting in their way, and how can they use the word to move forward? And then I have them create the power sentence as an affirmation to look at every single day. I tell them to write it on an index card and keep it with them so they can look at that until we meet again. So I use it in that format as well.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Carolyn. What's interesting about your format that you've done is whether you are spreader or fanner or picker, we got like sign language going on. Whoop, whoop. And you put the words back in the pile every day. You have been. So
yes, I do.
You let the universe, and so what I was noticing on your first few days or weeks, that you had a few words pop up like repeatedly.
Oh,
and that's great. After 90 different words, and 3 of them keeping your face all the damn time. What were those words?
Yeah. Procrastinate was the first one, right? That word came up, I think, 3 or 4 days in a row, right? Right. And then visualize was up a few times. I think of the 90 cards, we've probably only read about 20 words.
That's weird. That is so cool.
And I mean that, right? Yeah. And this week was the repetitive receive, right?
Yeah.
And then whenever you pulled them twice, I almost fell out of the chair when I was watching it at home. But you know what I really
literally had both decks.
Yeah,
I pulled 3
I know.
from the purple and 3 from the red, and 2 of the 6 were received. That freaked me out, man.
I mean, like I said, my favorite line is you cannot make this stuff up. You just cannot. You cannot. And the reason I like doing that piece is because then the message is validated.
Yeah.
You know, so it almost stays with you until you shift it. And once you shift it, new words come up.
Girl, you can tell you're a coach, man. I can't wait to do some work with you.
So I like it.
You and I are going to be putting a program together here pretty soon.
Oh, you know what? I had that feeling in the way beginning. I didn't know what. But
you said that.
I did. I want to speak on one thing that you spoke about, with your coach, right? And I just had this conversation with another coach of mine this morning. And he said, how things are going? I said, things are going really well. He says, well, what do you think has shifted? I said, well, I'm going to tell you, I know exactly what has shifted. I said, I'm not trying so hard anymore.
Wow.
I'm surrendering it, you know?
Wow.
And this is happening since the bricks as well, okay? And I allow myself, for the first time, Oscar, in a very, very long time, I am present in my days. Yeah, I'm like, yeah. Yeah, and it's a good feeling. Like, I almost didn't realize it. So I went, oh my God, like, I'm not worried about tomorrow.
You know what? I'm gonna piggyback on that right now, and then I'm coming to you, Darlena. Yeah. First of all, I just want to acknowledge all of you. You guys are so real, transparent, and I don't know if you get it or not, but that is the gift to the world that you all have within you to give. And whether you think you're valuable or not in what you have to say, get out of your way, as Terry says, and let the words flow, because the person on the other end with their ear, you don't know what you just did to their heart. And so to piggyback on that, Carolyn, and this is for all of you, I challenge you all, a little Oscar challenge. to find the movie, because it's hard to find and purchase it, is the only way you can get it. The Peaceful Warrior with Nick Nolte. And some of the messages that you're speaking of right now, Nick Nolte, his nickname in this is Nostradamus. And he just spews wisdom. And it's phenomenal movie. And it's based on a real story from a gymnast, UC Davis, back in the day, and it became a movie. But it's some of the most amazing life lessons, and they're right on point with what you're going.
Cool,
So thank you so much for sharing your heart and your transformational work that it's already working. I can see, Carolyn.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. I just want to say it's been a pleasure meeting all of you. In case I don't get a chance to speak again, you're inspiring me.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Carolyn. You can mute yourself. And Darlena, if you would unmute you.
I have unmuted.
Okay. So tell us about your journey.
Well, like I said, I was a special education teacher for probably about maybe 16, 17 years. I taught in a behavior unit, so it was a self-contained classroom. So that was my day. Loved the job, but I mean, as many of you probably know, education has changed so much, and it was becoming a little bit more difficult for me to enjoy my days. I was spending more time doing administrative paperwork and not really enjoying teaching students. So I said, I think it's time that I make a career change. And my husband's 21 years in the Navy, veteran, and I said, I really want to I want to be around military personnel. That's just our thing. And I got a job on base, and I started working at a flight squadron. It was a huge change, and I started kind of second guessing it. I started wondering, did I make the right decision? I left a job that I had been doing for so long, and now I'm here, and it was a completely different setup than what I was used to. I kind of went from being a department chair to kind of being in a job down here. That's a big change for anybody.
Sure.
And so I started noticing myself falling back, into like negative spells, like little things I was saying to myself. And I was like, no, I would get upset. And I think one day that's when I found you on Facebook, and then I went to your page and saw that. I was like, what is he doing? What are these words? And like everybody else, I love words. I'm a huge believer in the universe. Everything happens for a reason. Words just, it influences me a lot. And so I thought, let me watch a couple of them. And then I was sold. I mean, I wanted my own bricks. I wanted to do this every morning. And I got them. And, the whole live thing, I was like, I get up like before 4 a.m. So all the people that were done partying the night before, I don't know who's going to be.
You'll have a lot of drunk fans.
I know all the drunk people I'm inspiring. That's cool. I'm good with that. I thought, let me try just doing a video first and then posting that. And I started with a whiteboard. I've changed a lot. One thing I have always kept is a journal. I'm on day 68 today. I'm really, really happy. Every single day I wake up every morning and I make some tea. It was like, before that I was just reflecting. I love the quietness of the morning when everyone is asleep and it's dark.
Sipping on your tea.
And sipping on my tea. Nobody's asking me questions. Nobody's barking to go outside. It's just me time. And so this is like my favorite part of the day. And so I would flip bricks, and I was like, the universe just knew. Like, I would be struggling with something one day, and the next day my bricks were like something completely pushing me into direction to be positive and focus on good stuff. And I thought, and I've had multiple times where like, and I'm not in the room where my bricks are, but I actually put like little twine and kind of like little, I don't know, those little like clothespin clips, but they're
Correct.
really
Like old school, but mini ones, right? The wooden.
The little mini kind of crafty ones. And I shuffle, and I spread out, and I put, I think it's about maybe 2 weeks can fit up on the wall. But I flipped a word and flipped that same word. I don't know how it happened, like 4 days later. And I'm like, okay, the universe is telling me I've got to focus on this. And, but every day I write my power words down, I do my power sentence. And at the end of the day, I reflect, how did I, ensure that I did those words. So if my word was love, how did I make sure that I carried out love that day? And trust me, not every day is super easy. And there's some days where I'm like, wow, I really did not do, visionary as much as, and I'm honest with myself because I have to write stuff down to hold myself accountable. If I say it in my head, it sounds great, but if I don't write it down and look at it, I'm a big into fitness, so I love to work out in the mornings and stuff. So I write my workouts out, and if I don't do them, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't do my cardio. And, so it holds me accountable, and I feel a lot more successful that way. And I like my videos because actually saving them, I actually find myself listening to them throughout the day. And I have my headphones. And so sometimes when I'm feeling like a little struggle come along, I put my headphones in and I'll just listen to the video on my phone because I'm like, okay, what were my words? Because I find that the first thing in the morning is when I'm my most at peace because the day hasn't started. Nothing has happened. I just got up from a restful sleep and I'm calm and peaceful.
Wow.
And then life happens, traffic and getting ready. And it doesn't fit and my hair looks like crap and I'm upset at, people are asking me 10,000 questions. And I mean, I work in a flight squadron, so there's easily, 20 something people coming into the office. It's like a rotating door. They never stop. And so can
I ask you a quick question? So it is early when you're doing it. And I noticed you got your tea. Not too often have I seen that post like right after you posted, but sometimes within an hour or so.
Yeah.
However, how long would you say, like from the time you wake up, get your tea, are you recording that? Because you seem like it is so in the beginning part of your day.
It is, because I'm still in my jammies.
Okay.
I'm still in my pajamas.
You stay so present to that all day long. So I love that you go back and watch your video.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's so amazing that you've put together this little program for you because you purchased the bricks a la carte. And you don't know what's in the workbook per se, but you've created what's in the workbook.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even know what the workbook was, but I said, I like to reflect, like every now and then I'll just go back to like day 20 and I read it and I'm like, wow, what was happening to me on this day? And it's really important because like at the beginning I could tell I was still struggling.
Yeah.
And then I saw like where my transformation was happening, where I started to become just a daily positive. And trust me, things hit me constantly. And I'm going, yeah, it's not that big a deal. My word today is love. So she can keep talking that way. I'm still going to love, and that's huge for me. Because,
that's huge, period.
Man, I'm Mexican and Hispanic, 0 to 60 in like 20 seconds,
You're talking to a fellow Mexican.
Oh, God. And I'm like, I don't want to be that person. I want to chill out and wow, this has just been. And the funny thing is that I remember talking to you early on saying, I'm a very private person when it comes to trying to improve. I guess maybe helping others, not so much, but self-improvement. I find myself kind of falling back. I know I could connect a lot with Carolyn when she was like, this gets me out. I was actually, the day that I messaged you saying, I think I'm just going to throttle back on the videos. I think I'm just going to do this for me. I'll post a little bit about it, but this really has to be my thing. I literally got a private message that night from a friend saying, I know it's been a while since we've talked, but I don't know what you're doing with these words, but oh my God, it's been huge. And I thought, oh my God, the universe just told me not to stop doing that. So next day I was like, I'm so glad. And I usually, again, I wake up super early, so I'm out really early. I fall asleep early. That night, I did not. And if I fallen asleep early, I wouldn't have got the message till the next day. So I got it that night. Again, I'm just such a firm believer in everything happening for a reason. So
wow, that's powerful.
And I like it. I love everybody's.
It's so awesome. It's such a cool community, and I'm glad I'm going to make this page probably public after we get through all the minutia of this recording, etc. Thank you so much for sharing your heart, Darlena, and for being that positive light for people. And again, what our worth value is internally is nothing compared to what people receive from us without us in the way. So keep giving the gift, girl.
Thank you.
It's not about us at the end. When it's all said and done, it wasn't about us at the end. Miss Grace, my darling buddy friend. You get the unmute? Want me to get, you're still muted on, let me get you on the screen there, okay.
There we go. Is that better?
I got you, girl. Okay. Hey, tell
Hi, everybody.
To stay out of the picture, okay?
He doesn't understand the meaning of quiet on the set. Visually or audio. Yeah.
That's your man, girl. You picked him.
Yeah.
So tell us about your journey and what it's been like for you throughout that. Hey, Tom.
Tom, everybody's saying hi. Oscar's saying hi.
Hi.
Hi. He says hi. I have my headphones in, so he can only hear me talking.
Okay, go for it.
So, well, I kind of, here he is. I pieced the whole bricks and the workbook together because I was exposed to the bricks last year about this time. And I was kind of fiddling with the bricks. So if that's a technique, there you go. Fiddling, dabbling.
Uncommitted, you mean.
Right. And then you and I had discussions, and finally in January 2017, you and I had a pretty advanced and intense conversation, and it was basically you pushed me off the fence to like do something with my life, and so I ended up getting the workbook, and when I received the workbook, I just went through it, cut from right from the very beginning, and I took your 90-day live challenge. So I basically just jumped in and said, 90-day challenge, okay, I'll do it. So I just wanted to be authentic in what I was doing, and I did it. 90 days.
And what did that do for you or to you?
Well, it's interesting because hairstylists, the landscape of the industry has changed drastically. I've been in the industry since 2002, and here we are in 2017, and it is just what a change. And I was feeling very lost with my business. I didn't know where it fit in. I've had some personal great breakups and moves. I've moved a lot. And so I believe I started off trying to get my professional life intact again, or in a better direction. But really what I found with the bricks is it's my personal life that has, I said, I'm going to put the business stuff aside now, and I'm going to concentrate on my personal relationships. The business stuff will fall into place afterwards. So that's what the bricks has done for me. It's actually put me on a path of correct thinking, better thinking, and a better attitude overall. And pre-bricks, not very focused, a lot of thoughts that I needed to rein in. Post-bricks, I am a full-time student pretty much. I'm taking 2 courses, a video marketing course and fashion design. I am doing, I'm actually a wardrobe, I'm adding wardrobe styling into the mix for me. So
was this a little secret
yes,
from the other day?
Yep, I'm revealing it to you. Yep.
Oh.
But, after flipping bricks, that helped me say, you know what, Grace, if not now, when? Do it. Get your butt in gear and do it. So I did. I'm doing it.
Look at you. So
mm-hmm.
From that initial, would you call it a very
ass kick? I call it an ass kick. That's just for lack of a better word.
Yes, I kicked your ass with a lot of love that day.
You did.
Because
you did.
What was sad for me was I saw so much of your greatness in you that Grace didn't see in you.
It was buried. It was definitely buried. Yeah.
And you had 90 amazing ideas, started 45 of them, and were this far on all of them.
Yes.
And then you jumped, and I watched you literally in days and weeks checking stuff off. Like all of a sudden I'm watching you blow up and you have this event and that event, when it was a thought like way off in the distance. And then you literally kind of took what my ass kicking from my old coach, Gary Ryan Blair. His company's called The Goals Guy. And he talks about coaching and creating, when you do your goal setting, you create it with the MAP, your map, which was a massive action plan. And what Gary did to me when he got in my face, figuratively, he took a goal that I had put a 6-month period on it. And he's like, oh, isn't that sweet and cute? You gave yourself some really nice little cushion landings along the way. He goes, now come back at me with your map. I'm like, what's the map? Your massive action plan goal of that same goal. And what I found was I turned a 6-month goal into a 6-week goal when I got real. And that's what you started to do, was get real. And you had congruency now with your actions in relation to your words, and you were moving forward in both of those directions.
Right.
And that was
Yes.
amazing to watch you, because when you went from 0 to 1,000 like overnight. And I was checking in with you every week, like, who are you? Did somebody like take over your body?
Well, it was all here.
Correct.
It just needed to come out in the right compartments.
Yeah. And I'm so
Yeah.
proud of you. So it's
Yeah.
been a joy to
Thank
watch
you.
your integrity with those lives. So she missed one day, y'all, in the 90 days, but she did 6 bricks
Two.
the next, or 2
Yes.
days. But then she doubled up the bricks the next day to make it all right.
Yes, and that was because I had a corporate shoot in Boston that day, and I literally was in a locker room doing hair and makeup on people. So it was.
Hey,
I didn't have good reception.
So I just wanted, wow. What was this like to see everybody? If everybody wants to unmute right now, let's see if we can handle the background. So everybody can unmute and just, Terry, what was this like to hear everybody's kind of assessment of themselves and the experience?
Well, it's really neat to me to hear everybody's different perception and the different ways that the same tool affects other people. It's also nice to put a personality and names and faces all together.
Right.
I know some of these people from our webinars. Grace and I have become soul sisters. And stay, that's been the beauty of this whole process for me, is that I have a whole other little community of like-minded people now that I can go to as resources. And I love the fact that some of these people that are on here today are not necessarily in our industry, which gives me another little spider web out there.
The world is not large anymore.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
Thank you so much, Terry. Go ahead and mute yourself. I'm going to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being part of this. I've not done this before with the group, but I love what we got here. So I'm going to try to wrap this up. Thank you, my darling. I love you. Miss Michelle, what was this like for you to be part of this first-time experience?
I could talk for hours. I go live every day. I do all of my brick breaking live, man. It's a go big or go home. I'm not turning around. So, what I loved about it is you have so many different personalities. And when you really listen to all of these different personalities, everyone has a similar kind of aha moment. None of us know each other, but we're all getting to the same place in kind of a different road.
Yeah.
I love listening to Darlena say, this is what I do. And I used to make videos too. And then I just decided, Oscar's like, well, why don't you just do that live? Well, okay, but what if everyone hears me and I say something bad? But that's me. That's what people love about that. And so I love my bricks, man. I love hearing how everyone has grown in so many ways, whether it's 3 days in or 10 months in. I love it.
Yeah. And I want to acknowledge you, Michelle. It's been fun to watch how you do it. And I love that you are like, no filter. You are straight to the point. You keep it real. And that's what I have mad respect about from you, because you are, you're in an industry that a lot of people have a particular perception about. And the network marketing world, I believe that's starting to transition and mindsets are changing. But I love what you're doing. And for anybody that's looking for cleaner, better, feeling better, clean health, Michelle's your person to talk to through the Lavelle products, etc. So I love watching you, honey. Keep it up. I know when I don't see you for a while, I'll say, hey, girl, you going live anytime soon?
Well, I have noticed, I can say this, the days I don't go live, I definitely have picked my bricks, and I definitely have posted my sentence. And like I said, for me, now it's going to turn into a manifestation of doing all of those things together.
Wow.
So why not say I'm going to do it? So that way Oscar can message me every day and say, where the hell is your live, and where the hell are your bricks, and where the hell is your picture?
I don't think I'll have to. You do. You're so self-accountable. And thank you. It's been a joy to get to know you more, Michelle. I can't wait to get out to Seattle sometime and let's break bread and have a drink.
Absolutely.
Thank you, there. Miss Carolyn. You're muted. Let me get you here. Or you got you? Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I'm busy flipping eyeglasses right now. My eyes are so sore.
Is that wardrobe change?
cool. I love meeting new people. I love hearing how everybody's using the bricks. I find it to be really inspirational to be with other women of like minds and on the same path, but different outcomes. I too love doing the videos live, and I really enjoy watching the blooper piece of it. And I really like, I do, because there was a time I was, had that perfectionist streak, and I would, judge myself. Now I truly enjoy it, and I make fun of it, and I laugh, and I've learned to accept myself more through it. And but I'm glad you had this interview. It was really, really cool. I loved meeting everybody.
Awesome.
Hearing everybody's stories.
And with your work, could you, in a quick elevator speech, give me a little more insight as to, like, it's energy work? Is that correct?
What I do is I use hypnotherapy and EFT, emotional freedom technique, to help women or men, whoever, identify what's getting it. They usually come to me saying they're stuck and they don't know why. I help them to identify their stuckness, and I help them to break through that into their own personal freedom. Everybody has a different, people that come to me don't all have the same, looking for the same outcome. They're all looking for something different, but they're all stuck, and they don't know why.
Gotcha.
They know what they want, they just can't get there. They need help getting there.
Well, I love what you posted today on your business page, that you're finding that you're able to now not just do live one-on-ones, and you're going to be able to do it over technology. And I think this might become a great format for you and platform as well.
Yeah, I'm excited about that, because it helps me be congruent to creating my own personal freedom.
Correct. I love that. Thank you, Carolyn. It's been so fun and great to meet you. And your depth on your lives, it blows me away, because when you tie in the angel card part of it, it's been really interesting for me to watch and observe and learn. I learned a ton from you. So
I
call you a new dear friend. Thank you, Miss Carolyn.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Oscar.
Thank you. Miss Darlena, what's it been like for you to hear this?
I mean, probably similar to everybody else. It's just been, I adore positivity, and I like people being around positive people, but I realize that through all this that I can't control other people's positivity, just my own.
Yep.
And because I realize sometimes, okay, this person's not positive, that just means I have to be a little extra positive so that I can get through that. Because I mean, I can easily allow words to just kind of infect me without even realizing it. And I said, no, I can't do that anymore. And I love sitting first thing in the morning when I'm all fresh and ready. And again, I do my videos. I'm still in my PJs, and hair still kind of, some days it looks okay, some days but I'm like, this is who I am. And sometimes I'm like, whoa, sorry I'm having some hair issues, but I just woke up. So
it's real.
But that's how Michelle, I mean, this is who I am. I'm real. And I feel like if I try to, edit that, or I'm like, no, that's how the video goes. I mean, if the phone falls, oops, so I got to pick it back up. Having some video issue, that's real life. I mean, because social media is always so everybody's awesomeness. I like that we're bringing the real thing out, and people just seeing. I mean, first of all, I love that we're all women. No offense, Oscar, but I just love that.
Yeah, I'm one of the girls, girl.
I just love that we're all so strong. It's just amazing.
When you do hair for 25 plus years, you get to become one of the girls.
I feel you. I agree.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Darlene. It's been awesome to watch you. Do me a favor. Tag me a little bit more, because that'll
I thought about that. I realized that I probably nobody really gets to see, because I hadn't been, again, my technology. You would think
I'll get you there, but I've respected your privacy by not trying to blow you up, because you said you were laying back, but I'm just letting it be organic.
About it. Now I will.
Okay.
Your page is
because if I don't go seek you, and I forget you sometimes because it's so early, but that way, if you tag me, it'll roll down my screen, and I'll be able to watch it and get myself.
Awesome, yes.
Thank you, darling.
Tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Miss Gracie Poo.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Well, I just have to say that I have such great respect for each and every one of you who I get to see here and who I haven't met and seen, but because I feel like we're all artists, and we're all working on the same still life, and they're all going to come out different, but they're all going to come out gorgeous and the way they were intended to come out. So that that is what I absolutely love about this discipline of brick flipping. I think in my entire life, this discipline has been one of the most, it's had the greatest impact.
Wow.
It's been one of the most memorable ones that I've experienced, because I'm carrying it with me. It's changed my life, really, because I'm carrying it with me. In fact, I've even come up with a few words that aren't in the deck. One is worried, and the other is stubborn. Those have been two walls for me. I've been worrisome throughout my life. Fear in the deck is the closest thing, but worry and fear are different.
Correct.
I've kind of pinpointed and identified that worry has been an ongoing issue in my life. I think a learned behavior, if you will, right?
Yep.
And then stubborn. I am a lot like my grandmother, who I was
some of
named
that's
after.
just the Italian
Stubborn.
part. That's the Italian part, FYI.
Yeah, and Irish, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh my God.
huge respect. That I think that's probably my biggest takeaway of every person who participates in this amazing discipline that you have presented the world, Oscar.
Wow. Thank you.
So-
It's been, I hold you as such a dear friend, and I love that Tom is cool with us, because we've had a lot of talks over the time, and there's no threat there, but you're such a sweet, dear friend of mine, and the conversations we've been able to have, you've helped me evolve and develop the company in different areas, even with tweets. So thank you.
Really? Thank you.
We never know what comes out of a conversation. Sometimes it's not that day. It hits you days or hours or weeks later, like, oh my God. And then I'll make an adjustment to this or that because of something anybody might have said, but you've contributed more than you'll ever know.
Thank you.
So,
Thank
I don't
you.
know if Michelle, I saw her pop off screen. I don't know if she can hear me, but since we're wrapping up here, I grabbed 6 quick bricks off the wall, and I got 3 red and 3 purple. And here they are. Oh God. Carolyn, get ready, girl. This is going to be funny. So you guys can see the wall here. I have red ones. The white ones are actually from my salon edition, which are not words. They're kind of customer service to-dos. But I was just playing decorator last night. And then I got the purple ones up there. So here's the 6 words that I just popped off. Responsibility. Completion.
Oh.
Persistent. Terry's thinking already. She's getting ready to write. Look at this, Carolyn. Responsibility. Oh my God. Like you said, you can't make this shit
You
up.
can't make it.
Wise
Wise.
and fun.
Yes.
We have wise, fun, responsibility, persistent, completion, and responsibility again. I think there's a lot of message there. So we all have the responsibility to continue to give our gift to others
Yes.
until the completion of our days. Be persistent with your positive thoughts. We never know who needs to hear them, which becomes a second layer of responsibility to ourselves. And somebody once told me, listen to your own tapes. And I love that you do that, Darlena, because that's the difference between being wise and just trying to be having fun. You guys, I love you. Thank you for your contribution to my life. I hope I've helped yours in any way. And this is Oscar Valencia with Breaking Down Your Walls, changing lives one brick at a time. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank you for your time. Don't make it happen. As Terry would say, don't let your day happen to you. Go out and happen to your day, y'all.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Have a great day. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye, y'all.